Hello, I'm Arthur Hardy-Doubleday from Doubleday Law. If you are a tenant in Massachusetts, you have a right to a safe home, but rights are only as good as your ability to enforce them. Today, we are going to walk through the Tenants Strategic Toolkit. Specifically, we are looking at one of the most powerful but misunderstood tools at your disposal, the Board of Health Inspection. We usually reach for this tool when the basics break down. Maybe your landlord has failed to provide heat, you're dealing with severe mold or pests, or, very critically, you suspect lead paint hazards or see dangerous renovation dust. The Board of Health, or BOH, is a free, government-initiated investigation. Its purpose is simple: to create an official, independent record of violations. But before you pick up the phone, we need to manage your expectations. I see tenants make this mistake constantly. The Board of Health is not a tenant advocate, and it is not a court. They cannot resolve rent disputes or order a rent refund. They cannot award you damages for your suffering. They do not handle eviction matters, and they cannot act as your legal representative. They are strictly there to enforce the code, not to fight your legal battles for you. So, when do you use them? Strategic timing is everything. Earlier is almost always better. You want to bring them in before the evidence is lost. An early inspection creates a contemporaneous record of when the violations began, which is crucial if you end up in court later. However, a word of caution: do not call them for minor cosmetic issues. If you call the inspector because of a loose doorknob, you risk losing credibility. Reserve this tool for genuine health and safety violations. When you are ready to make the request, how you ask matters. Use email or an online form so you have a time-stamped record. Look at this model request. It is specific, factual, and concise. No hot water for 3 weeks. Deteriorating paint in a pre-1978 building. Do not use this email to make legal arguments, threaten to sue, or demand specific outcomes. Just report the facts. On the day of the inspection, remember that inspectors are conducting a visual check. They might miss hidden hazards like mold behind a wall or intermittent electrical issues. You need to be prepared to point out specific concerns. Also, understand that you cannot control whether your landlord is present during the inspection. That is up to the law. After the inspection, if violations are found, the BOH issues a notice of violation. This document sets a legally binding deadline for your landlord to fix the problem. For immediate hazards like no heat in winter, they might have 24 to 72 hours. For serious violations like lead, it might be 30 days. But here is the key: do not assume the BOH will automatically verify the repairs. If the work is bad, you must request a re-inspection. Now, let's talk legal strategy. This report is your objective proof. If you are pursuing a claim under Chapter 93A, the Consumer Protection Act, this report serves as strong evidence that the landlord is engaging in unfair or deceptive acts. And if there is lead paint, a BOH report confirming lead hazards is critical evidence, especially if the landlord failed to disclose them. It establishes that the landlord knew or should have known about the danger. Finally, I want you to pause and consider your end goal. Requesting an inspection is an escalation. Some landlords cooperate, but others retaliate. Ask yourself, do you intend to stay long-term? Are you prepared for potential retaliation? And do you have your own evidence, photos and logs, in case the BOH report isn't enough? The Board of Health Inspection is an invaluable tool, but it is just one part of the puzzle. Be proactive, be realistic about what the inspector can do, and be prepared to take further action. I'm Arthur Hardy-Doubleday. If you are facing unsafe housing conditions, this toolkit is a start, but always consult with a qualified attorney about your specific situation. Navigating the Board of Health process can be complicated, and sometimes a report alone isn't enough to get a landlord to act. You don't have to handle these legal challenges on your own. If you would like to discuss your specific housing situation, or if you need legal assistance enforcing your rights, please call Doubleday Law at 617-575-2006. You can also visit us online at www.doubledaylaw.com and fill out the contact form to get the conversation started.